Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do a real cute soft bead with a pop of color and a cute little rhinestone heart underneath the eye. So straight into the video, I'm starting off with putting translucent powder over her eyebrows just to make sure I have a matte base to start with so her eyebrows don't move and they last a lot longer. And I am tracing her eyebrows with the Morphe eyebrow pencil in the shade Chocolate Mousse, I believe. She already had really nice eyebrows, so this part was really quick, really easy. So now I'm going in with the Born This Way concealer. This is my first time ever using it. I just bought it. I was using e.l.f. camo concealer at first, and I can say I love this concealer so much, and I have no idea why I waited so long to purchase this concealer. So for the eyes, I'm using the Juvias Coffee Shop palette, and I'm using a light brown shade, and I'm working that on her lid, and then I am also working it in the inner corner of her eyes into her brows, taking it down her nose a little bit because once we get to the contouring part, it'll help snatch her nose when we contour her nose. Now we're on to skin prep. I'm gonna moisturize her face with this moisturizer I seen on TikTok. I do not know how to pronounce it. I'm not gonna butcher the name. So I will put all the products that I've used in this video in the description box below. So make sure y'all look at it. But I love this moisturizer. It moisturizes the hell out of your face. And also I'm going in with a primer. I'm using the e.l.f. Power Grip, but I'm using the pink one. And I'm just spreading both onto her face. For foundation, I use Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 332. And I'm just evenly distributing that on her face with the concealer brush. And I'm also gonna spray her face with Morphe setting spray to help blend out the foundation. Now I am using a brush right here, but I honestly go in between using a brush and a damp beauty blender. But if I do use a brush, I always go back in with the beauty blender just to make sure I don't have any streaks in the foundation. Now for the top of her eyebrows, I'm going to carve them out with the foundation, the Maybelline Fit Me. Instead of using concealer, because we don't want that halo eye like highlighted on top and bottom. So yeah, I'm going to blend that out. And then next, I skipped like a whole section of contouring and adding blush to her face, but I did use the e.l.f. Putty blush and bronzer, and I'll have those shades down in the description. Next, I am using concealer to conceal the center of her face using that Born This Way concealer. And then for the inner corner of her eyes to give her a more brighter look, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in a lighter shade, 1 to 2 shades lighter than what I used with the Born This Way concealer. When blending the concealer out, I either use a beauty blender or a brush. Honestly, it's just how I'm feeling that day or whatever I'm going to use. But when you're blending out the concealer, make sure you keep the concealer where the concealer's at. Don't bring it out or try to flare it out any. Just blend it in that spot. And then for the under eyes, you're going to blend the outer edges first and then work your way inside under the eye. To make sure everything is blended together, I'm going to go back in with that cream bronzer and cream blush to make sure it's blended in with the concealer and the foundation. And then I'm going to lock it all in with the Morphe setting spray. and blend everything together with the Beauty Blender. And now I'm gonna set the face, and I'm gonna start underneath the eyes and making sure I get all creases out of underneath her eyes before I set it. And I'm gonna set it with a powder puff and with a very thin, light layer of setting powder. And I'm using the Beauty Bakery in the shade Oat. So yeah, you're gonna do a very thin layer of setting powder. And then after, I'm gonna go in and bake underneath her eyes. Now to bring some more life back into her face and more color, I am setting that cream bronzer with powder bronzer. I'm using the Juvias Place Duo Bronzer in the shade Medium. And I'm also going to use Morphe bronzer. I'm not sure what the shade is called. But like I said before, everything will be in the description box below. For blush, I'm using that Juvias Place Duo Blush. It's the bubblegum pink shades. And I'm just blending that in with her bronzer. And then straight to the eyes, I did put some setting powder underneath her eyes just for any fallout. I used the Jumbo Milk Pencil by NYX to add some white liner to her eye. And I did that with a lip applicator, and I just packed on blue eyeshadow. Now to lock all in that makeup, I'm going to spray it for a third time. And also this is going to help get rid of any fine lines in her face from the powder. And we're going to use the makeup sponge to lock everything in once again. Got tired of your shit, you almost lost your mind. Long stay, looking from you to try to play these games. Leave your family in the doorway, and I don't think you'll ever change your way. Cause our house is not a home where no one's there. So alone, no one's there. Should I move on since no one's here? Now for the last part, I am going to clean her lips off of all makeup, and I'm going to line her lips with the NYX Espresso lip pencil. I'm going to outline the bottom and bring it out just a little bit on her bottom lip. And then I'm going to do the same for the top. And then I'm going to use a Q-tip to blend out the lips to help blend the lipstick. Now for the inner portion of her lips, I'm going in with a NYX lipstick, and I added some white from that Jumbo NYX Milk liner. And then I blended that on the bottom and top and had her pat her lips together. And I also went on top of that with Makeup Revolution lip gloss and just a regular clear lip gloss as well. And for the final lock-in, I am going to drench her face in this Makeup Revolution setting spray and pat everything together, and that's it. Just say you will. I'm like trying to love it. I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna all night. I wanna all night. Say it. I wanna
stranger, fame's been waiting.